What's up, guys? It's pulling up to Devin's. We're going to check out this new race car he's got. Here we are, HCR.
Hey, sorry.
The wrong motor plate because we got to get the Coyote sitting down in this thing, or LS, or whatever it is we're going to end up using. Hadn't decided yet. Let's see what we can do with that. All right. So anyway, this is a race car right now. Problem is, this got to be a street car, so we got to do a lot of adding of all the street car amenities. Make this thing last on the street. We got to get fuel cells for pump gas, methanol. They've already mounted the other seat, but we got to get all the other things in there. We got to get cup holders and armrest and, you know, just the basics. All right, let's see what Devin wants to talk about on this deal. What you think?
What's happening? Sorry, Matt. Sorry. Sorry I ruined your Sunday. But the good news is this is probably the easiest part of this ruining of a Sunday that you're going to have. So we got to do some stuff. This is the wrong engine plate. The Honda one will be here shortly. We're going to do a K24 swap in this bad, Larry.
Yeah, I think Noonan makes a billet block for one of those now.
That's what we're going to do. Yeah. So basically, J&E Chassis Works up in Michigan built this car. I bought it, but when I bought it, I knew that it was not going to be something that we could just drop in and go race, and it needed some final work and finishing touches, and also some stuff that most people would never really look at, but I know Matt does. So we got a good foundation to start with. We just got to change some stuff. So obviously, first thing, we probably got the turbos in it from HPT. They'll be here next week, and then this is intended to be a race car. So Matt and I were just looking at it. We're going to have to put a radiator in here. My old radiator was here. We kind of looked at that. Then we got to cut that super nice front end. Probably a big hole in it. What do you think? You think we could put those like Volkswagen bug eyelashes right here?
Yeah, I think that'd be perfect.
That would be nice. I think that would
The,
really tie
it's
together.
the little things,
Yeah, they're really
the
tight
touches.
together. We could put some cool LED lights in there. You know what I mean? Maybe some rock lights over there, like a truck pro. We got to do. Under here is pretty much all the basic stuff, right? I mean, it wasn't, you know.
Yeah, no, it's just squeezing it all in here. At least we got a lot more room in the engine bay on this car versus the Fox body.
Yeah, we're gonna do a front mount fuel cell because we're not gonna do 2 fuel cells in the trunk this time, right? Because it's gonna be way lighter to do it.
And get rid of the cable. Trying to be weight conscious a little more.
Not me. I'm still eating, but we need to be a little more weight conscious with the car. So fuel cell up here. Big radiator up here, and then in here we got a. Well, I mean,
Yeah, we got
is this about the normal thing that you'd see in a race car?
Yeah, I mean, pretty normal, but we got to close this in. We got to get some.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got to get armrest, but we also need to close the transmission tunnel off completely.
Yeah.
For street driving.
Yeah. So like when you're in these cars and you're driving down the road. Like if you're in the pits and you're pushing through or you make a pass or whatever, you probably, like as a driver, I would assume that you probably don't even really pay too much attention to this being open.
No.
Because you got too much other stuff going on. The only time you're really paying attention to this is when you're like being pushed back or
Right.
rocks or something coming up or whatever. When you're driving on the road and this is open, that's a problem. You know, I mean, I know our luck. Josh and I be cruising down some back road. We hit a squirrel. It's going to come up in the car with us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now you're fighting a squirrel.
Right.
All right. Pulling a trailer, fighting a squirrel in the car. Who needs that? Nobody needs that. So got to enclose that, right? So what'd you say? This take about 30 minutes, right? You said you were going to just do something about 30?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So
Maybe
30 minutes.
29.
Really good. Good. If you bring your car to Matt, just know that anything I say is completely wrong.
Right.
All right.
And never lead off with it. It should only take you about 15 minutes to do this.
Let me tell you all a little something. I wire and plumb and tune cars, and when somebody tells me, man, it can't be that hard, you are fired. You're fired. Don't tell me it can't be that hard, because if it can't be that hard, you should have done it.
Right.
This, I don't know how to do any of this. So I'm just talking, I don't know how to do any of this, but I do know that when Matt says, hey, we need this, that, or the other, and he knows that I'll have it to him as soon as humanly possible. Even if I gotta go send my my wife, 8-hour drive one way to go pick something up, she'll go do it, so that, and am I right? That kind of hinges a lot upon how something gets done, right?
Right, yeah.
If somebody slow rolls you with waiting on parts and whatnot, it just creates more of a problem. So we gotta do some stuff in here. Armrest, footrest.
Yeah, we got to figure out electronics because we can't just fill that whole side up over there. We got to have another passenger seat, and the guy's got to ride with it without destroying electronics.
Yeah, so like these are nice, but like when you're sitting here, the heel's gonna be here and your foot's gonna be up here, so we can't just litter this whole area with electronics. So plus we gotta kind of be conscious of it that the exhaust is gonna be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna put the turbos behind the tires on this one. Just try to keep weight back in. We got plenty of space. Fox body you don't have this much room between the back of the tire and the A-pillar on Fox chassis at all, so it's not really an option on those cars. But glad the wheelbase on this car gives us that option, so which is awesome.
This is 108, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 108. So what is that? 8 inches or 7 or 8 inches longer?
Yeah. Fox bodies are 100 to 101 typically.
And let me tell you, this car wasn't cheap to buy, but to get an extra 7 to 8 inches, I would pay that all day long. You know what I'm saying? Because if I could just spend that much money and get an extra 7 to 8 inches, man, I wouldn't be doing this shit for a living.
Literally, bang for your buck.
Yeah, bang for your buck. You know what I mean? I'd be internationally known. You know what I mean?
Well, we do got to build a fuel cell for the back. It'll be pump gas.
Yep.
So.
What was our plan? Your plan was to do it back here, right in the center?
Yeah, I believe it's going to be better than the outside. Just
because of the way
it's odd shape. Yeah, just the way the trunk opening is. It's kind of tight. Can't get so much in there.
Yeah.
We don't want to not be able to remove it. So we'll have to do that.
Yeah, you can build it and get it in there, but then we can't ever get it back out. Right. Unless you take a wheel tub or something out of it. That's crazy. So, so there was a fuel cell here. And we already talked about we're going to probably swap these around.
Yep.
Well, so that's right. That'll be a good idea. That'll be something cool to show people. Just welding up there.
Yeah. So this is actually the trailer hitch setup. You can kind of. It's pretty awesome down here, but it actually ties into the cage and to the chute mounts and all. So it's super rigid. But we'll do some welded nuts on the actual. The black plate, so we can reverse the threads, and that way it's actually removable with the fuel cell in it, so we can drop a few pounds out the back if we need to.
Yeah. I think that we're gonna have to. You know what I mean?
I mean, these little motors, the
Hondas
and the Coyotes, they need all the weight help they can get, depending on what we do.
Oh yeah. And then we looked at the back bumper too. This is right from Larry Jeffers. That's the way he makes the back bumper, right?
Yeah.
And
which is technically like a wheelie bar opening.
Yeah.
So we might taper it a little bit more just to.
Oh, there ain't no might about it. That's ugly as shit. That's terrible. That's gotta go.
And we're definitely not putting wheelie bars, so gotta make it not look like it's for them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut them out for sure, because what do y'all think? Chime in. What do we do? Cut them out? Leave it? What do we do? And if you don't say cut it out, then you're wrong. So don't even bother chiming in, because you might be wrong. What else we got to do?
Let's see.
Seal off a bunch of little stuff.
Grab that list. Let's see.
Okay,
This is our starter list.
This is our starter list, right?
It's a full page.
Yeah, and it's pretty small writing. So this is great for people to see, right? Like we don't have to go over every detail, but this is a car that most people would look at this car and go, "God dang, you're about ready to race."
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Not quite.
I mean, if this car, most people that bring you a car like this would say, "Man, you're about ready to race."
Right.
Well, there's a lot of time that's going to have to go into this thing. So
yeah, there's basically 2 steps to car building. You got to get to this point, which is a huge project in itself, but finishing a car is honestly can be just as time consuming, if not more time consuming.
Yeah, if not more. Yeah. No, I mean, there's just a ton of stuff to do. So, so on that list, let's see here.
Sorry, I was supposed to be a doctor.
No, it's all right. Fuel cells in there. Cut the bumper, build rear panels, weld nuts, blah blah blah. What is this? We're gonna redo the rockers here, right? Because this is good for a race car, but
They're Zeused on, so we're gonna probably just do some small tabs and some machine screws that really tie it in, and that way we don't have to worry about it coming on and off. And
yeah, because the door, you know, like the door comes down to here, so you really won't see it when the doors are shut. But like, because right now you drive down the road, again, man, them squirrels, you know. Shit, we go to Florida too. You might hit a gator or something, or an opossum.
Yeah, we'll
so
just
we have to just do something there, right?
yeah, we'll just do some tiny tabs like with the
Like
machine
the little
screws.
window
Yeah,
tabs
yeah,
or
the like the
something?
window
Yeah.
frame tabs. Yeah.
Do some nutserts in them, so
Yeah.
you can just go, you know.
Yeah, because also like we were putting the turbos back here, which is so we're gonna end up splitting the back of the fender.
Yeah.
That way the downpipe can come out and you don't have to disassemble exhaust to get the front end on and off. So
Yeah.
that'll pretty much, we'll make that to where that's fixed. That way the downpipe can come out and
Yeah.
then makes the front end come off easier.
And then you just put your tabs at the top of this,
Right,
right?
right.
So when you put, so you're gonna just build a little frame,
Yep.
whatever. Maybe we can mount the front of this as well, and then that panel stays fixed to the car with a little machine screws, and on top of it there'll be some quick release.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. And then
What else? Let's see.
we're gonna trans belly pan.
Yep.
I think we're gonna ditch this belly pan, right?
Yeah, we'll probably make it a little longer. Just come on
Yeah.
out and block air off from the bottom a little better.
Yeah. So maybe come all the way out to like
At least to
here.
that bar, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. Who knows? You know, you get both walls, you put it all out there. Who knows? You know what I mean? See how much time we got. What do we got to do? We got to do travel limiters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So travel limiters. Still haven't decided on that, right?
Yeah, we hadn't, because we've put some of the racecraft, like Mustang stock style suspension style on these, and it looks really nice. And you just got to make a few mounts and do that. Just got to check these dimensions, make sure to work out. But other than that, you don't have a lot of options. The slip tube options, something that's pretty popular. They just have to be a lot longer on this kind of setup. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like most of them are real short.
Oh yeah, because that thing. I mean, because where would you tie? So
Yeah.
like, if you're looking at this, right, and you're trying to build one of these cars, you want to try to get the limiter to be in line with this,
Right,
right?
right.
Because that's the whole idea is to
Yeah.
limit the travel here.
And you want to be as far out
Outward,
to
right.
get leverage.
Yeah, because if you're out here and you make a quarter-inch adjustment here, it turns
Still
into
moves.
an inch adjustment here.
Or
because
more,
of how
yeah.
farther out. Yeah. So you want to try to be as close as you can to here. So I guess you were talking, well, weld the tab here,
Yeah.
But then you've got the slip joint styles that we've used in my old car
Right.
and a bunch of other cars. And that thing's going to have to be a monster.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
Right.
thing's going to make a haul leg. So maybe the racecraft ones are the move. you know,
Yeah, I
maybe
think
the
so.
dials. They're really nice, you know. The armrest, fire handle. Yeah, so there's some little stuff.
Just
right?
little stuff, yeah. Just need
Most people
some
don't think of, you know.
parachute
So,
handles and fire nozzles and
yeah, and we got. It's going to have to be a chute handle up here, a fire system handle. We have to mount some nozzles all throughout here
Yep.
and under the hood.
and we got to find a place to put the bottles, which we're probably going to put those in the back.
Yeah.
Got to put CO2 in here. You got to think that seat's going to be all the way back. There's a lot of space in here, but there's not at the same time because you don't want to be knocking stuff off, getting in and out of these things.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna run out of room real quick,
Right.
You know, so and it is a big car, but the rockers too. Got to seal them off.
Yeah, we got to.
You know.
We're going to just do some either tie panels or carbon panels just to
Yeah.
try to close this off. We try to seal these street cars up.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're driving down the road and you drop your phone into the abyss and then it goes out, now you got a squirrel making phone calls. You know what I'm saying? The same one that you just ran over, you're pissed off. Call his buddies, they got to find you down the road. So, what else? Overall, I mean, we got a pretty good game plan, though.
Yeah,
Right? So,
no,
so
I believe
now,
so.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I believe so. It's just getting it all in here and seeing what we do.
Yeah.
Anything else we're missing, but
Yeah. Brake line tabs.
Yeah.
Our little brake line tabs. That's always. So these are all the things that you got to do. What's the best way to build a car?
you got to complete it basically 100% to know everything's on the car where it needs to be, and then you have to take it all back apart. Right.
And then you paint it,
So,
or
right.
powder coat, or whatever you're going to do, and then you put it all back together, and then you bring it to me and I wire them.
Right.
What happens a lot of times is people bring cars to us in not this condition, further along than this, but then they're like, "Oh, I'm just going to pull it all back apart and paint it." Man,
Yeah.
you're not.
No. Yeah.
No, you ain't. So,
And it's a lot. It's hard for people to put their heads around actually having to put one completely together to full completion just to take back apart, but it does take a lot of time, which is why it costs a lot to build these kind of cars. I mean, there's so much back and forth, on and off. I mean, Devin's the last stop typically on a race car of wiring and plumbing. He wants to be able to fire one off when it gets done wiring it, and it needs to be to completion when he gets to that point. He brings parts to me all the time that need this or that, that just things that aren't thought of, which it's hard to think of everything, honestly, unless you do this all the time.
And if it's little stuff, it's
right.
You know what I mean? If it's little stuff that's bolt-on bracketry or whatever, that's not a huge deal. But like when something's got to get welded to a car, we ain't gonna weld here.
Yeah, they don't.
And you see these hands? They ain't made for welding, all right? These eyes ain't made for seeing welds. You know, so I'm good with the wire, I ain't good with the welder. So, you know, now I got to load a car up and bring it to you.
Right.
And then you get, you know, then now I'm interrupting your day when you're in the middle of doing some crap like this from somebody like me. You know what I mean? So, this will be a good one though. You gonna document everything on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay up to date. This will be part one of this build as well. So I'm gonna try to keep things flowing on these build projects and build series for different cars. So this is part one. So keep looking. It'll probably be a little while, but we'll get this thing rolling pretty quick and kind of go over just the basics as we do it.
What do you think? Like today's Sunday, right? So what do you think? I'll have it to you tomorrow morning, right? Or do you just want to take my truck and trailer tonight? That's even better. And then we can just swap tomorrow. That's better. We'll do that. Right? So we'll load this thing up.
He's very helpful, if you hadn't noticed.
I am very helpful. Really ahead of the game here. A lot of y'all just want to drop it off and then bother people after, you know, 2 or 3 weeks. For me, I'm a forward thinker. So I'll bring it to you today, about an hour, and then pick it up next Thursday?
Oh yeah, should be.
Next
no
Thursday,
problem.
right?
Yeah.
Next Thursday, Friday. Maybe?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. So, yep.
All right, guys. I guess till next time. Sign off here. See ya.